Imagine a world where killing a cat, even by accident, was a crime punishable by death. A world where an entire city would fall into a haunting silence and thousands of people would shave off their eyebrows to mourn a fallen feline. This isn't the plot of a fantasy novel or a scene from a Hollywood movie. This was the daily reality of ancient Egypt. For thousands of years, the inhabitants of the Nile didn't just keep cats as pets, they lived under their spiritual shadow. But how did a small stray hunter from the dusty, dangerous alleyways rise to become a god on a golden throne? Today, we uncover the secret pact between humans and cats that changed the course of history forever. To understand the cat's divinity, we must first look at the Nile through the eyes of an ancient farmer. In Egypt, grain was more than food, it was life itself. But as the pyramids rose, so did a silent, devastating enemy. Massive swarms of rodents descended upon the granaries, and with them came the dreaded cobras, the literal embodiment of death in Egyptian mythology. A single cobra strike meant an agonizing end, and a nest of rats meant an entire city would starve. The Egyptians were defenseless, living in constant fear of the invisible teeth in their shadows and the venom in their fields. Then, from the edge of the scorching desert, a savior emerged, the African wildcat. These were not looking for affection. They were elite, cold-blooded hunters. The Egyptians watched in silence as these cats hunted with a relentless precision that seemed supernatural. They didn't fear the snakes, they danced with them, striking faster than a cobra's venom. When the people saw the cats standing over the bodies of dead serpents, they didn't see just an animal. They saw a guardian sent by the gods to reclaim their land from chaos. This was the birth of a profound gratitude that would soon turn into worship. As centuries passed, this practical respect evolved into a spiritual obsession. The cat's mysterious nature, their ability to see in the dark, and their dual personality of being both gentle and fierce, convinced the Egyptians that cats held a direct connection to the divine. This led to the rise of Bastet, the goddess of protection and the home. Originally a fierce lioness, she eventually took the form of a domestic cat. To have a cat in your home was to have the blessing of the goddess herself. Eventually, the law caught up with the faith. To harm a cat was to insult Bastet, and the penalty for such an insult was often death. The obsession reached unbelievable levels. When a house caught fire, Egyptian men would stand in a line to protect the cats from the flames, often letting their belongings burn just to ensure no feline was harmed. When a cat passed away, the grief was immense. Family members would shave their eyebrows as a public sign of mourning. The bodies of cats were mummified with royal dignity, wrapped in fine linen, and placed in decorated sarcophagi. In the city of Bubastis, archaeologists found over 300,000 cat mummies, proving that the cat had been placed above the common citizen. By the year 525 BC, Egypt believed its devotion to the feline divine made it invincible. But they didn't realize that their greatest strength had become their only vulnerability. A brilliant strategist from the East, King Cambyses II of Persia, was watching. He was not just a warrior, he was a master of psychology. He realized that the Egyptians' sacred bond with cats could be used as the ultimate weapon. He didn't plan to burn Egypt, he planned to outsmart it. In our next story, we will witness the most bizarre military masterstroke in history, the Battle of Pelusium. How did a box of cats and the genius of a Persian king bring an end to a 3,000-year-old empire? Stay tuned for the epic conclusion.